All right, all right. I got a question for you. Where do you fall? We're going to get to that. But first, I bring to you two coaches whose mission is to empower women through educating men. Now, some of us, we fall on one side of the spectrum. So which one are you? Are you in your comfort zone or are you in the doubt zone? That's what we're talking about tonight, y'all. Comfort zone versus the doubt zone. Episode 23. It's showtime. I hope you're ready. I really hope you're ready for this analytical chaos.
What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's episode 23. See, 23. Comfort zone versus doubt zone.
And I'm C, the chiropractor Morgan, the alignment coach. And 23 for the 23rd goes together, huh?
Right. I didn't even think about that. You're right. The 23rd. It's the 23rd. All right. Yeah. Oh, and I'm King, the authentic coach. And let's do what we always do, to go to the Father. Father, we just thank you for this opportunity to just share our gifts with the world. We yield our voices to you so that the people can be changed. They can have a true trajectory on their life that is positive. And Father, tonight's show, we just want the people to hear you as you speak through us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah,
Amen.
it is 23rd, 20. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we didn't have the 22, so we got the 23.
We got the 23rd. We didn't get the 22 right. We got the 23rd. Wow. So tonight we're gonna dive into the comfort zone versus the doubt zone. And actually, we came up with the doubt zone earlier today as we was talking. I was saying something about, well, she was telling me I had to get out of my comfort zone. I'm like, nah, I had to get out of my doubt zone. Because a lot of times we get to a place where we doubt ourselves. We'll be in the doubt zone, and we really can't get out the doubt zone until we actually do it. Do the thing that we're doubting and saying, oh, I don't think I can do it. I don't think. And we all been there. I've been there. As a matter of fact, that's how we came up with the doubt zone, because I was there. I was doing a conference for someone, and I had some doubts about it because it was my first time. The whole thing was a lot of firsts. First of all, it was outside, and people were sitting down while I'm talking and standing up. And it was my first actually women's conference, really. So a lot of doubt. I'm like, man, am I sure this is what I'm supposed to be doing? And once I did it, I got out of my doubt zone, and now here we are. Like literally, 6 months later, we in it. Kendra, what's going on, Kendra? We see you in the house. All right. Hey, listen, y'all got to let us know y'all here, because we don't want to not recognize you, because we love shouting out the chats, because we like you to be a part of it. So when you ask your questions and when you show up, hey, announce that you present. Say, hey, we here, and we're going to call you out. Trust me, we are. So, see that person. Seemed like somebody just left, call. I said we're going to call them out. But anyway, no, we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna really, y'all know how we do. We just going to give it to you. Everything we got, we're going to give it to you. I've been told that I need to let some of the stuff I say breathe. So C's going to help me with the breathing part of it. But listen, y'all know how we do. We flow, we intuitive, and that's who we are, and that's how we're going to be. We had a wonderful webinar yesterday with empowering women to master their subconscious so they can walk in power. It was a wonderful turnout. I was so excited about it. Me, C, and Kendra, wonderful turnout. So we're going to bring a part of that here too and elaborate a little bit more on other things. See what you got for the people.
And it actually, that the webinar does coincide with this, what we're talking about. Hey, Nita.
Time out. That's who I was telling you. See, this is Anita Ferguson. We're going to have her on. Listen, we're going to have Anita Ferguson on our show next week. So please tune in. I promise you, you will not be disappointed at all. She is going to have a lot to say. See, she's high energy, just like us. She rock with God, just like us. So I know we're going to have an amazing show. Anita, thank you for showing up and checking us out. You ready to see how we roll? You're going to see how what I've told you. You can relax. But go ahead, C. I just wanted to shout out real quick. Go ahead, C.
Yeah, I was saying some of that conference actually coincides with some of this, because how you're in your comfort zone and in your doubt zone. But you know what exactly is your doubt zone? Because like you're saying, King, you were comfortable. You're just doubting some things that you were going to do, how to do it, because the plan, it kind of shifted. they wanted something else prior to what you talked about and you're okay with. So it
Yes.
kind of goes with it. And how do you shift and deal with change when
Mm-hmm.
it happens? And like
Yeah.
we said, it's not that you're not uncomfortable, because some people like change, which I do. I don't like all monotony and the ongoing same repetition. I do like some changes in there, not quick all the time though. I do like
Right.
some preparation in there. I do like some of that, but I do like change because it does spice it up. It gives you a little freedom of creativity,
Yes.
but
Yes.
make
Yes.
sure that creativity is not the doubt part of it. And when you're thinking, what can go wrong, or even better yet, is doubting yourself, for that
Right.
matter, of
Right.
that, or what your ability and what you can do. Because like you talking, King, you knew your information,
Right.
you knew the subject,
Right.
you had an idea of who you're going to talk to, because they had the questionnaire, so you knew who you're going to talk to, which
Right.
is the point of, let me make sure that I want to give them value.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give them some taking away some actions that they have, some action steps.
Right.
But I also want to make sure that I do a good job and I live up to my purpose, what I want to convey, and what they can actually take away.
Correct.
And that's a different zone. And there's different type of zone. There's multiple zones to be in, that what we do have, actually. And I think that's important to know. Because on here we have the comfort zone, we have your fear zone, the learning, and the growth zone. And at times, the fear zone we can use as a doubt zone, since fear and doubt they are cousins. I would say in that aspect of it, doing something. And this will give you guys some defining of the terms that you see here. Of course, the comfort zone, you're safe, you're secure in that, you're confident what you're doing, and and that's why I'm saying you don't get monotony in that boredom area. You want to have some creativity, but that's when you branch into your fear. Your fear zone is when that quick change happens a lot of times. And what quick change, King, when you were doing that conference, did you experience?
Well, the quick change was the fact that they was outside on the ground, and
Hmm.
I was the only one standing up. No microphone, no podium, and I couldn't really pretty much have them use their books because I had printed out these nice books for them to look through, and they follow along with me. But they went all out the window when I got there. But the thing I did learn though, see, and how I operate now is the fact that I can't be that guy that plans. That has to have all the footnotes and say, okay, we're gonna talk about A, and then I talk about B. I'm not that guy. I have to be free to let God speak through me the way it need to be spoken through. And so in that instance, it was great because I was able to flow and I learned a lot of things once I got past that doubt zone. But something I seen though, I'm gonna go back to the slide right quick. Something I seen, that's another slide we got. Something I seen was in the fear zone where it say find excuses to quit and then listen
Yeah.
to others' opinions instead of your own. Now, you man, look, I'm putting on all the screens. Look, this is the thing. We ain't got no more guests next week. We ain't got one. We ain't trying to trick you. But y'all know how we roll. Look, we keep rolling with punch. This is the thing. Excuses to quit was one, but I say this so much, and it was on others' opinions.
Hmm.
Guess what that was under though? It was under the fear. So that means the opinions that people are giving you that is contrary to what you're supposed to be doing, it's out of fear. And I told y'all two people that cannot dictate my decisions are people who give me opinions out of fear and small minded. They will not
Right.
dictate how I roll. That and it was so powerful when I seen that. I'm like, wow, it's under fear. People's opinion is under fear, which they're giving opinions out of fear. So one thing I noticed that I couldn't listen to people tell me, like when I told you what was going on, you were saying, okay, that's all right. You keep on rolling. Go ahead. Now, if I told somebody else, they probably be like, nah, I wouldn't do that. They're going to be sitting down on the ground. That's crazy.
Right.
Wow, how you going to talk to them? How you going to give it a book? What mic you going to use? And that's them because they are insecure in themselves and they scared of it. But me, you, Rock, telling you that, you like, okay, well, we just had to just keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I was able to push through and I was able to get, once I got there, I was in my zone. It just, I shifted and I was okay. So a lot of things, like I said, with the comfort zone, I seen comfort. Sometimes we just get comfortable and we stay complacent. Yeah, because comfort feels good. And it said it was familiar. I think that's what it said. It said familiar. Let me make sure I seen that right. Okay, you feel safe, feel confident, have control, can experience extreme boredom, feel competent.
Yep.
It
Competent.
yeah, that's what it was, competent. So
Mhm.
make sure I hit the right one. So so the thing about it is, comfort zones are probably good for, I would say, a little while, but they're not a permanent place. Like if you
Correct.
establish
Temporary.
right, if you establish a business and you're getting it rolling and you see you're making it going and everything's going right, yeah, it's great to celebrate that. You establish a business, but after a while, time to do something else because you'll become complacent in the comfort zone, and you don't want to be that. So yeah, with me, with the whole getting past the doubt, it was simple. Me keep going and keep rocking. So that's how I was able to get pushed past the doubt zone because I knew, and you gave me great wisdom, and you said what you said, and I was like, okay, we straight. So that was how I got past it. But the thing about it is though, what it is, some people, some people, some people can't get past doubt zone. Some people can't even move past doubt zone because, like I said, that fear of, hey, I am not supposed to be doing this. Hey, something changed. Hey, I don't know how to, I don't think I'm capable of doing this. Hey, this may be too greater for me. This may be not big enough for me. You got to get past that. Because one thing about it, sometimes you got to embrace the unknown. You got to embrace the things that are not, that you don't know. Because some things you just not going to know. I say this all the time, man. You got to get comfortable with the unknown. You got to get comfortable with that. See, Bridget, our sister, big sister Bridget's in the house. You just got to get comfortable with that.
Hey,
See,
Bridget.
what you think about it, see?
I'm uncomfortable just now, so
Very
I was
uncomfortable.
like,
But
what?
what we do,
Yeah, I had to come back. Yeah,
we keep
hey,
going.
I had to get my cord and keep going. I think what the point of is getting comfortable with the unknown is actually having fun with it, laughing, laughing through it actually, because the fact like, what are you gonna do if you get tense and
Right,
you start to freeze when you get tense, but if you just relax and laugh, because we're all human, stuff is gonna happen, and being in that, and I like to say, I'll stay in the fear zone, the doubt zone. It's like when you're second guessing yourself, when
mm-hmm.
you know the information and you're so nervous and the anxiety is starting to go through the roof, like just calm down and say, hey, there are people like I am. They put
Right,
their pants on the same way I do.
right,
They make mistakes and they do things. I'm going to deliver this information the best I can in a fun, educational manner, but
right,
we're all going to learn from it. We're
right,
all going to take away. And it's just being who you are in that present moment, because it's going to lead to the next moment, what you're going to do. That moment can be computer chaos right now,
right,
but it's how you're going to respond to it. Are you going to move to the next? You're going to take your next moment in chaos too, or you can just calm down a little bit, have fun with the crowd. Hey, we're
rock
having
with
some
it.
technical difficulties right now. Everybody, work with me. They're like, oh, it's okay, no problem with that, and just keep going with it because they see that you're being authentic and you are human and you're
Right,
accepting things will occur in that
yes,
aspect of that. So I
yeah,
think the point of the fear zone, but in the point to there's also not a fear not to succeed. You also have the fear to
do
succeed in
succeed.
that, God, this is, is this going great like that? Oh, wow. How's it going to go for the next time? Or like the next hour? We're going to do the next hour. So I think at the point you have the fear of success and you have the fear of not success, but you also the confidence within yourself,
Yeah,
but pull it out of you, be yourself. And sometimes, like you're saying, King, you're not the one that prepares all the time, and you're not there, you're not so structured in that sense. You have to adjust to where you're comfortable, because then that's where you're going to give the best part of you to what you are doing in that
right,
aspect and in your zones. Now there are times and places where you have to be more structured than others or more professional than others, but you still don't forget yourself. You take yourself out of, just adjust to it, conform to what you're best at doing. If you're comfortable just talking with the people and relating to them, take the information, just still get it across to them,
right,
but put it in your perspective, your way, how you can flow it out to everybody so they'll understand it.
right. And for those who don't know, if y'all been rocking with us since day one, y'all know we done had many technical difficulties, and we still keep going. What we realized, and before the onset, to be honest with you, and she will tell you, I said, listen, I'm not trying to be like everybody else podcast. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be so perfect. I don't care. Stuff happened. We gonna call stuff out. It happened. And so what? Yesterday in the webinar, that was funny. It started out. It was beautiful. Everybody was doing their part. Then all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, I can't hear no sound." I'm like, "What?
Right.
You can't? You hear the sound?" And they talking on the Zoom. I'm like, "Okay." So, but we adjusted and it ended up turning out to be real great. And a lot of things that was said. But the thing about it, I tell you what happens with the fear though. See, and I'm gonna show a slide that I showed yesterday and from childhood.
Hmm.
And bear with me, like I said, y'all know what I'm called to do. This is what happens. I want to show you something. Let me show y'all something.
It goes through it every
Yeah,
day.
it does. This is what happened.
Mhm.
All these fears and all that stuff that you have, anxieties, when stuff go off, it comes from childhood. And it comes from, and I used this yesterday for the women. This stuff that you heard in childhood is like the subconscious, dealing with the subconscious. And as you go through the transition of going through adulthood, what happens is that self-doubt get reinforced, the fear get reinforced, the just you're not good enough get reinforced through TV, through just movies, songs, and all that. And that's what you remember. Even though in childhood you heard good things, you heard that your mama love you, your daddy love you, and all that stuff. But because of what you listen to and then the transition, what you produce is what was reinforced. And that's most of the time is the negative. And so when stuff like this happens, you feel like, oh my God, I'm such a failure. Not me. I'd be like, oh well, let's go with it. I mean, cause it's just you use it. You just use it, whatever. I mean, cause at the end of the day, everything is a learning curve anyway. We're not perfect. I mean, I wish people get that part. We're not perfect, and you shouldn't expect perfection from anyone. We're all flawed. And we all don't have it together. We all need, and like I said, what I say about this part, how you choose to do, you do. We all need God to show us the way direction we need to go. That's how I feel. These are my views. Now, I'm not trying to force nothing on you, but from my experience, I need God to show me what way to go. And what he does is he has put inside me the Holy Spirit that empowers me to do the things that I do. So I don't look like this right here, which is from a child. This don't affect me. I'm not on this side. I'm more or less right here, and we're gonna stay right here, see, since you right there. Boom. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to myself. You are powerful. You can do anything you put your mind to do. And then on the other end of that comes out. I am powerful. I am successful. See, that's where we got to get to. That's where doubt zone get eliminated. This is where comfort zone get eliminated. When you start speaking to yourself, who God has created you to be, who you are, and stop believing the lies and the negativity of the world, then you be good. You be good. You let me get your output, see, because I was supposed to get started. I had to
Well,
bring
it's the
myself back.
outside. Oh, it's like the outside, like you said, that comes in. Like it's saying, the transformation identity. You
Right.
give yourself that self-talk, that self-confidence. Because like I said, in the fear zone, the outside of opinions of others, the
Right.
outside. You can look at the person who's being the heckler in the crowd, or you can look at the person who's enjoying what you're saying. You
Hmm.
can change your focus because that heckler will make you uncomfortable. It will make you transform your identity to who you are not, who
Right.
you're not comfortable to be. I would say when you're doing things, look at the person who is supporting you in a positive manner in an environment that you like yourself to be, because it will make a big difference.
Right.
Because of course, that person who is in a cloud making the most noise in that aspect, they are insecure in themselves, that sense, or sometimes they wish they could do what you were doing. So instead, they project that onto you or what they're feeling because they're not confident in themselves or what they're feeling in that aspect. So now you both are going to be in that fear zone. Move past that line, that fear zone, to the next zone that it was had. Switch that other slide on there for me to go to your learning zone. Your learning zone is where you sit and dabble at. Does this work or not work for here? In that learning zone, you want to take that step like the baby is taking that first step to walk. You see that they're wobbling a little bit, but they're determined. They want to take
Mm-hmm.
that first step, what they're doing. We are taking baby steps every day in what we do every day, especially when it's new. New does not mean it's not good. New means it's going to lead you into facing those new challenges that you have daily, learning those new skills that you have to progress and move on. Now, I'm not saying fear is bad. Fear is good in a sense because it's going to keep you in your uncomfortable zone where you end up going to your growth zone and you're conquering your purpose and objectives and goals. You move into that growth zone. As you can see, your comfort zone is that small circle. As you branch out into the yellow or the fear, the learning, and the green, you see the circle gets bigger. That's broadening your growth, your horizons, your wealth, and your abundance that you have for yourself, but also it broadens your education, your comfortability. As you see, that comfort zone is actually expanding you to a new open mindedness that you have. So it gives you opportunity and networks to continually build daily, step by step, point by point, what you need to and what you want in your life. You ask and you speak things of what you want. So the things that you want, you take action and you see the change in your learning. Your learning zone is where we actually experiment the most. Now, when you feel or think and see that things are not coming out the way you think they are, just think that wasn't the right solution for that problem. You just got to match it. What solution can I find to rectify this problem that I'm having right now? And that problem is not a bad thing. It's making you create your mind more. It's making you find another obstacle around what's going on with you at the time. What are you trying to accomplish? You're extending yourself out again because you actually are growing more. As we change from a baby to the toddler, you see the different changes in mind and in body. That's what you do every day. Our bodies change every day, so do our minds. But embrace it. Gain your confidence by the change and grow as an individual while living your dream. The continual growth that you have. Now, I want to take you back into something you were saying, King, when you were saying, you're finding excuses to quit. We find excuses when it comes into the part of when we start, our self-confidence starts going down, or you find excuses because maybe that person that you were depending on is not there, and you haven't thought about, how can I arrange this where it could still flow seamless in what I want to do right now? And I'm talking about maybe a project or even at work, but it could be your day-to-day work, going to work. Your car could not go right now. You already have it planned, you know your routine, what you're doing, but however, when that stumble comes up, what are you going to do in your growth in that learning zone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm learning. What are you taking away from that? I'm taking away that, okay, I don't always have to have A, B, C, and D, but I still got to have that cognizant open mind of if something does alter my daily goal, I can adjust with another probable solution to anything that comes up while I'm doing my daily needs and purpose in life.
Right. That's good. And see, the thing about it, like you said, the doubt zone, all that stuff. You said something. Let's go back to this right quick.
Uh-huh.
I want to slow down. I want to make sure y'all understand this part, this actual slide. The person speaking is you speaking to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then it transforms into you again speaking it out loud. It's a transformation. The thing about it is, what's the most powerful thing you can ever do is believe yourself. If what you believe about yourself is powerful, and what you believe about yourself is projecting you and making you feel strong and all that stuff, then that's what you believe. What you don't believe is somebody else telling you something that's contrary to what you believe. And let's use this for example. If somebody telling you something contrary to you are powerful, and they saying you are weak, you can never amount to nothing, you don't believe that, because all it is just words. And them words don't have no effect on you because you have to build the confidence up in yourself to believe that, hey, I believe what I say about me. I can care less what you say. And I said this yesterday in the webinar. I can care less. Like if somebody say, hey, King, your glasses ugly, I can care less. I love my glasses. I'm going to keep wearing my glasses. Now, if I believe that, I would take my glasses off and I can't see. So I would get in the car because somebody said my glasses are ugly, even though I'm by myself in the car. The person who said my glasses are ugly, they said it 2 weeks ago. But I'm in the car by myself with my glasses off because of what that person said, and I believed it. And I'm about to hurt somebody, me and other people. That's how powerful. I know that's minute, but that's how it goes on in life. Y'all believe stuff that people say they are small-minded and they got opinions of fear, and that ain't amounting to nothing. If you look at their life ain't going nowhere. But they say stuff to you to hinder you, to make you stop, so you won't hold them accountable for being something that they need to be. See, that's what happens. See, that's why I say surround yourself with people that's like-minded, that's going somewhere, that's doing something, not around chickens, especially if you're an eagle. Quit hanging out with chickens. They don't fly. They just eat the scraps that you throw on the ground. That ain't where you going. You going up in there, you flying. That's she laughed. But that's what I mean. So believe, and we own it again. We back to, I don't know what it is about this identity in you. Believe what you say, but start saying positive stuff about you though. Start speaking life to yourself and not death. If you speak death to the things that are not supposed to be in your life. For example, I speak death to poverty. I'm not supposed to be broke. That's what you speak death to. You use that because the Bible do say that the power of life and death is in your tongue. So it's both of them in there. And those who love it will eat the fruit of it. So you can speak death to things that are not supposed to be in your life and speak life to things that are supposed to be in your life. That's where this thing shakes. Start believing, and I go to this again, start believing what the source, God, says about you, not the resources. They don't know nothing. They don't rock with you 24/7. God does. That's where I'm at with that. So, again, we had a conference yesterday. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to back off. I'm going to let that marinate. But, yeah, speak what God says about you. Not which is the source, not the resources. Now, if they enforcing what you already saying about you, rock with it. Say, high five, you agree with me. That's it. But if they saying something contrary, now the old king would have told you, tell him to go to hell. But the new king tells you, just bid him adieu, God bless. Don't even say God bless, just walk away from him. Now, the old king would have told you what to say, but I'm changing. I'm renewing my mind daily.
Well, yeah, like you said, power what you speak. You don't speak negative to somebody because it's going to come back to you.
Right. I'm renewing my mind daily. So I'm evolving even as we are doing these shows. That's what I'm trying to show you. So listen, I promise you the whole thing is this. Stop believing the resource, which is other people, and start believing the source, which is God. He created you, and every gift that you have inside you, he put inside you before your mom, before you was in your mom's womb. He's already put it all inside of you. So when you came out fully loaded. And really, how you get the instructions to use what you have, go to the source, not the resources. Now, don't get me wrong. People can confirm what's inside of you, but as long as it lines up with what you already know. That's positive, not negative. See? I think I covered that right.
True. Align the positive, with the negative in that aspect. But when you said the resources, I'm going to say the difference with the resources that you're using, make sure you use a filter for those resources. Because there's a person, they can say a statement. Half of that statement can be positive, half of it can be negative. Part of it you can take out of the statement what you can use in a productive, positive manner. That's what I'll say about resources. Because some people say,
that's what they say.
I mean, some of it said, some of it's not going to make you feel good what they say, but there's truth in it. There's a reason why you're not feeling it to a degree, or you're feeling it within yourself, but you're not allowed. You have that mask on where they can't see it, but that's why it's going to affect you in that manner. So don't let it be a physical change. Let it be a mental change for you.
Right.
With the resources, that's what I'm saying. The resources, filter through them, because some of those resources, they're good for you too, because they will make you look and reflect, which you should do when you're in your different zones. Yeah. Self-reflection is good. Reflection of where you are and where you want to go. But just remember, don't stay too far in the past, because the past is in the past. You're learning from it is where you're coming from.
Right.
Don't always look so far ahead, because you can't dwindle in the future either, because you're not there yet. You have that vision, yes. You're prophesizing it, you're manifesting it, yes. But also make sure you stay in that focused moment, because that's where your changes of your decisions they make it concise for you to move to that next step to your future, while learning from the past things that you have accomplished and where you're going. So they'll be your own trendsetter in that aspect. And you're right. The source is you. The source is you and your faith in God and who you believe in. That is your source where you have to stay. I think a lot of people dim their light for others. Don't dim your light, because their light is supposed to shine bright for you. And I know that may sound cliche, or with the song, the song, how it says shine bright, But I mean, for you, I feel everyone has their own unique light. And
Yes.
you're the only one that actually can dim it because you're making that choice to let it dim or ignite it more when
Yeah.
you go through that way.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important with things that you were saying. And the thing too, how we talk about it, it's face that fear. Where's that fear coming from? Where's that
Uh,
uncomfortable comfort? And you touched on a little bit, King, when you're talking about how it comes in childhood. That
yeah.
behavior follows with you, even though it's not the same environment or the same, how you say, the
Atmosphere.
same, yeah, not same atmosphere, but
The
the
feeling.
feeling is the same in that. So you sometimes you have to identify what it is, it's causing that fear. And like people, they have a fear of speaking, public speaking. People fear that more than death, is the public speaking aspect of that. So, and that's been proven in science. They did say that. But I think the thing is, use what you're doubtful and fearful of as a benefit to you. Challenge yourself. I know I'm comfortable with this. I may be a shy person, or maybe you're not a shy person, but however, you become very, very talkative and very interactive when your anxiety increases. Okay, if you're going to become very talkative, network your butt off. Get what you need out of using your strength, because sometimes your strength could be your weakness too, which we both
True.
know.
True.
Both
Yes.
sides of the scale. We
Yes.
both are going to have that. But just use it always to your benefit, but your benefit making that mutual benefit, because you want to bless others too.
Yes.
You always want to pay that forward. You want that reciprocity that you have with people, because you get blessed, they get blessed. The more
Mm.
you give, the more you give back in that sense. But don't give too much where it empties you to emptiness of like a bottle. We're going to have a drop left. You got to always replenish yourself in that aspect too.
Yeah, and how you replenish yourself. I mean, I was just having talk with one of my brothers today, and we were talking about this.
Hmm.
We, me and him both, we replenish ourselves by our morning, to getting up in the morning and praying and letting God read the word and letting God pour into us and all this stuff. Because, like I said yesterday, see it. I poured out, but then I was tired today because I did give so much. But I got up this morning, let God renew me, renew my strength, brand new mercy, brand new grace, and now we here we are again. So that is important that you do find a way. Now, if you want to do it like that, then you find a way. But you cannot be giving, like she said, give, and then you give yourself dry, because you got to get poured into. It should look literally like this. It should look like, as a pitcher is pouring and you pouring out, the pitcher is renewing you as simultaneously as you pouring out. That's how it should be done. But see, I wanted to say this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go read Ephesians, because it's just sticking out to me so much now. But you know what? This is the importance of what I'm about to say. And I keep saying this. I said it yesterday on the podcast, and I told Sister Nita this. In Ephesians, say we all one body, but we many parts. And the thing
Hmm.
about it is, you. I say this. I'm gonna say it again. You're trying to be an ear when you're supposed to be a nose. Stop it. Be the nose, because we need to breathe. We need to inhale and exhale. We don't need to hear everything. We got somebody that's hearing. We need somebody to let us breathe. And so that's the thing. You, being your authentic self, save somebody's life. And I don't know why. I don't know why y'all don't see that. Sometimes people don't see that. But it's that important. I really feel, if you be your authentic self and tell your authentic story, it'll save somebody's life. I just told a young lady that in the gym. The young lady lost 200 pounds, and she was afraid to tell, and she said she didn't want to post because she didn't want to seem boastful. And I looked her dead in the eyes. I said, "Sweetie, let me tell you something. You're saving somebody's life when you post." I said, "It ain't
Hmm.
boastful. You lost 200 pounds. You was 200 pounds heavier and you lost it. Somebody right now don't believe that they can lose 200 pounds, but when you post, you're encouraging them to lose 200 pounds. You saying to them that it can be done. You
Hmm.
ordinary. You're not the celebrity. You're not this. But you're saying they're going to look at your story and say, hey, wait a minute, she's ordinary. If she did it, I can do it. That's being your authentic self. That's not boasting. The word says they overcame by the word of their testimony and the blood of the Lamb. Open your mouth and tell your authentic story so you can save somebody's life. That is important. That's pretty much what I was telling her. And I'm telling y'all this. Listen, stop trying to be like somebody else. You don't have to embellish your life. Your life as it is great enough. And it's going to save somebody's life. What you're going through is going to save somebody's life. What you have overcame will save somebody's life. That is the
Definitely.
thing that you need to get. Tell your authentic story. Don't try to be an ear when you're supposed to be a nose. Please don't. Stop. Be who you're supposed to be. That is what it is. And that's what we're saying. Even in fear. I heard this too. Daughter and a son. It was a guy told his daughter, she said, Dad, I'm scared. He said, do it anyway. Do it
Right.
scared. He told her, do it scared. And she went out there and it was like, it was amazing. And she said, Dad, that's gonna be our motto. And every time she go speak, that's their thing they say. She'd be like, Dad, I'm scared. He'll tell her, do it scared. And she'll go out there and she'll kill her. But you wanna know something though? I like you said, fear can be a great thing. We know what fear does for me though. Fear reminds me that it ain't me doing it. Fear reminds me that it ain't me speaking. Fear reminds me to give it up, to yield my body for that moment. Fear reminds me to yield, to say, God, here you go. Use me as a vessel. Fear reminds me that, King, if not for God, you won't be able to do none of this. That's why I say every time somebody call me, to God be the glory, because you don't understand. If it was up to King, King would not be doing the podcast right now. King would be trying to go climb the corporate ladder and make all the money he can so he can have the nice car and ride around. But no. King realized it's better to give and be obedient to God. I told this to Anita. It's better to be obedient to the word of God than to sacrifice. And like I said this, I'm going to stop. See, but this is the other thing. I know I said a lot. But listen, I said this yesterday. We always look at this scripture. What profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We always apply that to the success and money and housing, car. But let's apply it to what profits a man to gain a job that you do not like and you still make great money, but you are miserable at it. You lost your soul. What profits a man to gain this house and you love the house. The house got all the things you like, but you're just climbing in debt to stay in that house. And you're not happy. You don't have no joy. That's the thing about it. Look at this thing the real way. If you're not being your authentic self, I don't care what position you are in. And I keep saying this, CEO, if you have gained to be a CEO and you're not happy, what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You have no joy. You have no love. You don't even spend time with your family. It's no legacy being left. A building? Are we serious? That's what we doing all this for a building, not the people? Okay, I'm done. CJ, what's up, man? CJ, I see you in the house. CJ, that's our voiceover guy. I promise you, CJ, I thought I had to do it on my own. I'm so glad you showed up at that last minute. See, I tell you, I had one ready, but I switched it out just in time. Thank you, CJ, for coming through. Woo!
Well, I think a couple things you said that I want to retouch back on. You said something important you said day and night. When you get up in the morning before you go to bed. In the morning, it's important to set the mindset.
Yes.
It's important to you set the day that you want to have, not what someone else wants you to have. And I say that in the aspect of you could be having sometime a chaotic morning. Things aren't working out that morning. But trust me, that's just a learning for you. There's something in that. There's a educational moment for you, a self-development moment of what is going on for you. What did you ask for? What did you pray for? What did you wish for? Because it's coming in a package that you're not even expecting. And you're not sitting there accepting it or even reflecting to see, did I ask for this? You didn't ask for it the way it's given to you, but you need to accept that package in the wrapping that it's in and open it and accept it and walk with it. So your day can be, like I said, it could be in shambles as you think. Nothing's going right. I woke up late. There's a reason why I woke up late. Maybe you woke up late because you prevented an accident that someone's going to hit you. So you got, oh, how you say, protected. You got protected, even though you don't like what's going on, but maybe you got protected. You know, thinking that way is going to change your mindset. It'll make you a little more happier. I know not being late to something, because I don't like being late to anything, but I always like being early. But I mean, thinking that way, I'm like, you know what? Hey, maybe I was protected from something. My angels are telling me I need to slow down. You know, maybe there's something I need to make sure I unplug, or maybe something, you know, just to say, hey, I woke up breathing this morning. Some people don't wake up. Just, you know, little things that we miss at times when our mind is not being focused and what we're doing. So I think that, like I say, in the morning, it's very important to set the day that you would like to have. You want to have a good day? Yes. Remember, it's how we respond to our external environment
Mm.
that we bring into our internal. How are we going to respond and exude that part out of us? That's
Yes.
important. Now, the part of going to bed, it's important to clear your mind, not to go to bed mad. You go to bed mad, you better clear some stuff off your mind, because your subconscious is going to run like wildfire. It is going to run everything. You're mad and you're saying things and thinking things that you should not be thinking. Your subconscious mind is taking that as a statement to proceed as what you want. Now remember, the subconscious mind does not have a right or wrong. It just has I do what you say mentality. So
Yeah.
whatever you're saying and invoking, be sure you want to invoke that, because your mind is going to build it for you, whether you know it or not. I want you to actually change that before you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning. I want you to change that too, part of that. But go to bed with some peace or clarity, or ask for it. Ask for it. I'm feeling this way. I feel lost right now. Help me see some clarity of what's going on. Ask your subconscious mind to help you for that clarity and understanding. It will help you. But you
Yeah.
got to believe it too. But I am going to say it again. Be careful what you invoke when you go to sleep, because that mind is going to run rabbit just like in the morning. It's going to go so fast. It's going to be like the Legos. It's going to build, 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 build. That's all you're telling to do is build. So make sure you're telling to build the right stuff. And
Right.
that's going to put you in, like I said, the learning zones. When you learn, the learning, you may fall back, and it's not falling back. When you lapse, we say someone relapsed. No, I didn't relapse. I just fell back, re-examined my vision, and I've taken the right steps to get to my vision now. I'm making the right steps. It wasn't wrong what I did, because if I didn't try it, how do I know it was wrong? How do I know it was right? But
Right.
maybe that so-called quote unquote wrong step guided me to where I needed to be with a different network person. If I wouldn't have took this path, I never met up someone else that can maybe not help me now in my journey,
Yeah.
but maybe a month or two, I have that contact. So
Yeah.
I need to think, you guys to think about in them learning zones, in them fear zones, because like you're saying, King, just do it. Do it in fear.
Yeah.
Talking to somebody that you would not talk about any day. You don't even know who you're talking to every day. Sometimes people come in different shapes and positions and times in your life. You don't even know why they're there. They're there for a reason, as we
Right.
say. But the reason, you have to be able to interpret, but not have that mind fog over that you're nobody that I need right now. You can be talking to a millionaire dressed in holy clothes and not even know about it. They just choose to be that way. There's a gentleman that was in my city. He chose to live under a bridge. He chose to live on a bridge. He had money, but he chose to live under the bridge where he chose to be. He was happy and content. However, but he would help you, but people judged him by the look what he did. But he would help and resource and do anything you wanted. He just didn't want it at that time. It's just
Mm.
people are on their own timelines. And remember that for
Right.
yourself too. Your timelines and growth and learning, it's a ongoing cycle. As you get the comfort, the fear, and the fear comes with doing something new. Fear comes with your growth. So you're growing, you're gonna get that learning. They're gonna be in the growth zone again. The growth zone is okay, I've grown. I can't grow anymore. So I got to repeat this cycle again. Nothing's wrong with that cycle. Do it every day. Instill that with your kids too. If you're a mentor to somebody, instill it too. These
Right.
zones are made for you to grow. They're made for you to step over that line to the next zone.
Right.
Continually step in that next zone for you to grow.
Definitely. Definitely. You know what? I was sitting here thinking as you was talking, and I used to tell people this all the time. Setbacks are really the greatest thing that can ever happen in your life. And he's like, nah, that don't make sense. And I tell people all the time, you think about a bow and arrow. The further you pull that bow back, the further it goes. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes these setbacks are just trajectories, setting you up to project further in life. Now, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you a prime example. I was setback. I was homeless. Setback. I was in gave him 24 to live. Setback. Didn't know who my dad was. Setback, molestation. But right now, because of those things, where I am in life was causing the projection of my life now is because of those things that I learned from. I learned tenacity from them things. I learned how to endure in spite of because of those things. And the things that I
Mm-hmm.
have right now, because of those things, I'm able to teach. I'm able to show. So when people hear me speak, they see the passion from what I'm speaking because I actually went through and I live it. I live what I say. So they be like, well, I was in a psych ward and PTSD and all that stuff. And they say, well, how do you do that? Man, I let God renew my mind. So when I say about God, I'm not telling you something I'm guessing. I'm telling you something that I actually know that works. And so and I tell people all the time, man, you ain't got to do it. This is how I roll. And the thing about it is, if you like me and you say you rock with me, bro, you liking who God has made me. That's the thing. So it's like I cannot take credit for who you say I am, because it's all God. Setbacks are nothing but setups, as the preachers used to say. Setback is a setup. That's what they used to say. But I actually believe that, because I actually walked it out. I see where I'm at now in life, and the stuff that is happening in life that I can speak to, the peace of mind that I have, it's because I got the peace. I learned. Trust me, I didn't learn the peace in the good time. I learned the peace in the troubled time. I learned the peace when I was homeless. I learned the peace when I was in the psych ward. I learned the peace when I was going through all these things. When they told me I had 24 hours to live in the ICU in Louisiana, 2005, they looked at me and they said they expect my kidneys, my heart, and my liver to fail within 24 hours. I got peace in that late hour when God told me, it's not over until I say so. And in the midst of the beeps and all that stuff in ICU, and they're making it comfortable for me to die, God told me right there, when everything else is saying, King is going to die. God told me it's not over till I say so. And I had to have peace in the ICU with all the beeps and styles. Apparently, God was right and they was wrong, because here I am talking to you. But that's why I say sometimes people think you get the peace in the good time. No. The pieces get developed while you're going through. And it's a reason why God is allowing things to happen. He doesn't cause them. Let's get this clear and correct. God doesn't cause these things to happen, but he will step back and allow some things to happen so you can develop something that you need in your next journey in life, in your next prosperity. So you will understand that the growth that you have, it's not you. It's something God allowed. The prosperity you have, it's not for you to hoard. It's for you to give away and sow. And that's the thing that we got to get in these tribulations and these setbacks. It's just a process. It's just more of a process. Like when I work out, the muscles hurt the more I do it. But guess what? When I tear the muscles down, as long as I put the protein and the proper carbs in the the muscles grow bigger and stronger. That's life.
Replenish.
That's life.
Replenish your nerves.
Right. That's life. You go through things. When you get through it, you're stronger, you have wisdom with it. Now you know not to go here. Now you know how to show people how to do things. That's life. It's a heartbeat. Y'all know the heartbeat ain't straight flat line. If it is, you're dead. Heartbeat goes up and down, up and down. That's life. You have to have the down. You have to have the valley places. You have to have the low places. So when you get to the high places, you understand how to maneuver. Then when you go right back down, you understand how to maneuver there too. So like Paul say, I'm content whether I'm abound or below. That's me. But you get there because of the rain. Like they said, that song, they say, if I wouldn't know it was the sun, if I didn't have no rain. It's true. It's true. It rained on the just as well as the unjust. So
and you sign the purposes for it.
Yeah, you got purposes.
The rain has a purpose. Yeah. The rain has a purpose to nurture, to grow, to heal, to help life. But it also can be, like we said, the other side. It can take away too. But it's serving purpose. What purpose is it? And that's something like you're saying too, when you have that choice, when you have that way to clear your lane in what you want to do, and when you in comfort and the fear and the doubt, together, when you have that, the way to look at it is what facts are you pulling out of it? Because comfort can keep you here. And the things that you're saying, the life is in with you. It's what, saying God gave you. You're making those choices. You have the free will to that. What you're being allowed to do is either you're bucking it, you're not listening, and that fact of that. So yes, it's just like a parent. They're going to let you, we're going to let you try your way. When you're ready, come back and let me know. We're going to try this way. It's no different. No different in physical than it is in spiritual. There's no difference there.
No difference.
Except sometimes the spiritual is a little heavier than the parent at times. So.
Yeah. I have some self-inflicted. See, one thing that people don't understand, I remember a guy asked me this. He said, well, God's so powerful. Why don't he make you do it? I said, what's more powerful? You choosing to love God on your own free will or him making you do it? I said, because last time I checked, whenever someone is made to be in a relationship, that person that come along that's stronger than the person that's making them be in that relationship, they're going to leave and take that person and go to stronger. But if I freely submit because of my own choice, And because of I recognize his love and his goodness and his mercy, and I recognize the grace he has kept over my life all these years, for 45 years, the many times that I should have been dead, but now I'm alive, the many times that I could have died, but I'm here, that car wreck that should have killed me, but I'm not here. On Mother's Day, I hit a tree, flipped the car over. I should be dead, but God kept me and his angels around. Why wouldn't I want to submit to that type of love? Why wouldn't I want to surrender to that love? Why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? And then not only that, he gives me so much wisdom. He gives me so much understanding. He gives me all the things I need for any trials I go through. So when things do happen, only thing I can say, it is well with my soul, because I know it's temporary. I know it ain't going to last long. I know that I'll come out on the other side. And I know when I come out on the other side, I'm going to be stronger than I was when I went in it. So why wouldn't I want to love a person who loves me unconditionally? I was a wreck. I was messed up. I was jacked up. But yet and still, he loved me enough to send his son to die on the cross for me that had no fault. But me, I had all fault, jacked up. But he sent his son to die for me. Why wouldn't I love a God like that? Why wouldn't I serve a God like that? Why wouldn't I? I know we shifted to the church side. I promise you, I didn't mean to do that, but however, we here. I'm not going to ask you for an offering, but I'm giving it to you for free. This is what I'm telling y'all. Why wouldn't I serve a God like that? I'm just trying to tell you how King roll. I'm just trying to tell you, this is how I am where I am. This is where the power comes from. This is what you feel. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing I did. I can do nothing to get this power, to get this grace, to get this mercy. I could not be good enough to get it. I promise you I can't. My good is still as filthy rags, as the Bible says. But because of his love, the source, that's what we're talking about, his love, I'm able to do what I do. Able to do what I'm doing. I'm okay. Yeah, able to do what I'm doing.
With free will and choice.
With
yes.
free
that comes
will.
With free will and choice. And that's what we're saying. The free will to choose the zones that you want to stay in. The free will for you to take that fear and reframe it to excitement. Reframe it into something that you're okay with. And I don't like the word all the time comfortable with, because we don't want you to stay too comfortable, but something that can make you feel, that uplifts your confidence and get you across that next line that you're supposed to cross and step over with.
Yes.
With all the powers and the things that you have within you that are already there, just realize that they are already planted in you. You just have to water them and help them grow. Right. Develop the roots to ground you. Use the roots and the branches to actually balance you. Your branches, the leaves are going to fall off, like you said before, King. The leaves are going to fall off. That's because we're going to another season, another change. You're going into another zone, and you're adding more. You're flourishing so much with your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. They all have to be in sync. Now, when they are out of sync and out of alignment, that's when you have to self-reflect for that. Where am I at right now? Self-reflect that and reframe it, like we said. Go through your different ones. Am I in the comfort? Am I in the fear? Am I in the learning, or am I in the growth? Where am I at? It can shift and sway. Now, it doesn't have to always be in that order. That you can go from comfort into growth, but it comes to the awareness to get to that far, to jump a zone, awareness of what you're doing. When you self-reflect and be honest, honest what's going on. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Only you want to know that truth. For that, take that truth and run with it.
Right.
Because it's only going to help you. If you're going to be in denial about it, that you are fear or doubtful, or find another synonym that goes with it, you're lying to yourself. But if I am in fear, if I am doubtful, or I'm hesitating, for that, hesitate it and take that step and do it. I promise you, sometimes we envision it worse than it actually is, because it's going to come out way different. So what did come out the way that we visioned it? We planned it. It's not always our plan. We have our own plan and purpose stretched out for us already.
Right.
Trust and believe that you trust and believe in it and speak it. It's going to be the way you want it. May not at that moment, but it will come to flourish and it will manifest if you plant that seed in there and tell your subconscious mind, this is what I want. This is how I want it to be. However I get there, I'm going to embrace it, because I know along that journey, you're teaching me and taking me where I need to be. Even though I don't want to go all the time, I may fight and buck you with it, but it's going to be the right thing for that. But take away every lesson in every zone that you are in. Just don't stay there. Don't stay in a zone too long. You can never stop growing. Never. You can never stop being comfortable. But what comfort will do, it'll stop you from being.
And let me clarify, because I don't need y'all running around saying, King said if I fear to go do it. This doesn't apply to if I fear of robbing a bank. And what King said, if I
Well,
have fear to
yeah.
go rob it, that's not what we're saying. So let me sure I clarify what I'm saying about
We're talking
fear.
about our zones here.
We talking
Right now.
about some stuff, right? We talking about stuff that you know that is within reason. That's within the law. Let's just put it that way, so I
Yeah.
can eliminate that whole thing. Because I don't need to taking a sound bite. He said, if you have fear, do it anyway. No, I ain't telling you go rob a bank. I ain't telling you go hurt nobody. I ain't telling you do none of that. None of that stuff. Now, if you fight in the MMA and stuff like that, you box and stuff like I said, then that's a different story. But I ain't telling you to go, he said, I have fear, and let me go ahead and knock him out. No, I'm not saying that. We're not saying that at all. What I'm saying is when we talk about the fear part of it, we talking about for who you supposed to be as far as what you called to be. So I know how to sum this up. We are talking about fear as far as pushing it be what you're called and purposed to be by God. Now, that should sum it up for everybody, and then we be good to go. Now, as we close, we're going to have C close it out. And I'm going to just say this last thing, and I'm going to let C close out with the wisdom that she gives at the end. Listen, stop doubting yourself. Stop procrastinating. Doubt causes procrastination, and comfort causes procrastination. Listen, I promise you, if God put it inside of you to do it, you're called to do it. Listen to me let's understand this. Just because you don't see it and you never seen nobody do it, that's even a confirmation even more that that's what you are supposed to be doing. Sometimes you have to clear the forest out yourself, and then
Right.
people will come. You know how you say, if you build it, they will come.
It will come.
That's where you at. You don't see it because it's something that's never been done. And God's placing on your heart to do it. So don't let doubt or fear stop you from doing it. All right, see what you got for him. Let me give you your music for him.
You said it beautifully what you just said, but want to say how we said, you build it, they will come. To me, is you build it, you come. You have to be in the forefront. You are the center nucleus of every cell that you build and live and breathe. Whatever you make and build, you are the center, you're the epicenter of it all. You make things rumble, you make it shatter, you make it grow, you make it rebuild. And I would say that reframing the fear of anything that is not benefiting you or you can't take some type of benefit or energy from it, leave it there, as King said, and let it die. But just slough it off. And nothing's wrong with death in the sense of letting it die and you are being reborn again. You're being rebirthed into something new for you. A new, and I don't mean new you. I don't like new you because to me, it's another step that you're going in your journey. Before that, you're not new. You're growing and developing, becoming aware of what your power truly is inside you.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. Listen, share this. Share this with people. We echo. Share this with people. If you this wasn't for you and you came, you sat this whole hour with us and you feel like ain't nothing they said can bother me, well then share it with somebody else. Pass it on. Don't be selfish. Share it with somebody that need to hear it. Because I promise
They
you,
may need it.
it's for somebody. Somebody may need. We ain't on here for nothing. I promise you, this ain't for nothing. The things we were able to speak, it's not for nothing. It's for God's glory, and I know it benefits the people and change their life. So if it didn't change your life, pass it on, share it. And we on YouTube, so you can just say, hey, they got a show over there called Analytical Chaos. Go check it out. That's simple. That's all you gotta do. Just help people out. That's all. We're trying to really serve. I promise you, we are so serious about building people that it don't make no sense. We have shifted the tenacity on us, how we build people right now, how we going right now. I promise you, we have shifted, and it is a great thing, and I love it. So pass it on, share it. And we thank you for coming out. Bridget, Kendra, CJ, Anita. Listen, next week, please come back next week. We're going to be interviewing Anita. I'm not going to tell you what she do. I'm just going to let her tell her story. Sometimes you can't tell a person's story better than they can. And I'll be honest with you, if I tried it, I'm going to do it injustice. So I'm going to let her tell her story, but I want y'all to tune in next week. We're going to have a great guest on here. I promise you won't be disappointed. And you need what she is saying. You need it. I promise you do. So make sure you tune in. See, anything you say before I run with the benediction?
Nope. Everyone sleep with peace and harmony. Take
All right. As I always say, if all minds and hearts are satisfied, the benediction. Good. Let's go to the Father. Father, I thank you right now for every single person that watched this podcast tonight. Father, I pray Psalms 91 over their life. I pray that no evil shall befall them. No plague shall come to their dwelling, that 1,000 may fall at their side, 10,000 at their right, but only with their eyes would they witness destruction. I thank you for the angels encamped around about them. And I thank you most importantly that they abide under the shadow of your wing. Father, I thank you that no weapon formed against them will prosper. Every tongue that rises up against them shall fail. And Father, I plead the blood of Jesus over them right now. And Father, we thank you for this time that you have set aside for us to empower the people and to educate the people, Father, and that they will be even better after hearing this podcast, and that their life will be in a true trajectory of their authentic self. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.